too long since I posted a video, so I just thought I'd come on live and say hi to everyone and see how you're all doing. So, Emily and I got to have a chance to take the kids out to a little barbecue today with the boat club that we're members of, so that was pretty fun. Carefree Boat Club. And then we're going to take the boat out tomorrow. So, we're really excited about that. We got to meet some new friends. And let's see what else we do. Oh, this morning, super cool. Chloe and I went and passed out waters with other people from my brokerage to runners in a running race. Yes, the Ortega River. What was it called? Ortega River.
I actually don't know.
Was an Ortega River run. I think is actually what it is. That's it. So it's pretty fun. Hello, we got New Jersey on there. We got a few other folks. So part of the reason I figured I'd pop on is just to tell you what we've been up to.
Facebook is good.
Facebook is good, right? So this is still kind of a newer platform for me, going to YouTube and Facebook at once. I have to talk louder, is what my wife said. So I hope you guys can hear me. We do have someone sleeping on the other side of this wall, Miss Ruby's room. And here's Emily.
Oh, I bet you never thought I'd tell you to speak louder.
Never.
It's like the first time in our entire relationship.
It's never happened. Never. So now you've witnessed relationship history. So we are on this couch that, for those of you who might remember, it used to be purple. It actually still is purple. But now we have this snow leopard print.
Faux.
But it's obviously not a real snow leopard.
I just feel like it's important to clarify these things on the internet.
Right. And it's a throw that keeps the dog scent from absorbing to the couch, because this couch is now Ryder's bed.
For now. I think we're gonna put it in the front room of the house, which is kind of our visiting space when people come to visit with us.
Yes.
So it will be used for its intended purpose again, but for right now, while Ryder's been settling in with us, she's been spending about 2/3 of the night on this couch, and then around 4 or 5 a.m. she jumps on top of Crystal's face.
Right here, somewhere between here and here, right on my face.
And then she snuggles between us, but in an H shape, so that she's taking up as much width of the bed as possible.
And she gets a little paws out and goes like this.
Yeah, she with the toenails.
We have to say, really an unexpected amount of energy change from our previous dog, Canal, who was very calm, obviously,
physically, didn't have not great mobility towards the end, didn't move a lot.
Right, and now we're pegged at the other end of the spectrum.
Never stops moving.
And yeah, so she's awesome. She's a little bit of a terror. She keeps us on our toes. If we don't keep her occupied, she gets bored and she'll just tear up paper products mostly. I mean, any boxes, cardboard boxes, anything that's real fun to rip into shreds.
Well, I'd like to say something about that.
Yeah.
So, I do not like clutter of any kind. It makes me feel overwhelmed to see clutter in my house. And since moving, it's been a clutter nightmare. We'll clean up one area of clutter just to create another one. And I'm the only one in our family of 4 who is very sensitive to clutter in my environment. I'm the only one who has a big reaction to it, where it is overwhelming and I need it to go away immediately. So I believe that God sent Ryder to our family to teach the 3 of you to put your stuff away.
Yeah, because literally, if it's out, she's going to rip it up. So someone asked what we're drinking. We're drinking, this is limoncello LaCroix. Sparkling water. It's really good. Yeah, it's a staple of our house. We like the limoncello.
The grapefruit's really good too.
The grapefruit, or what is it called?
Pamplemousse.
Yeah.
And we go through a lot of the lime.
Coconut.
Also. The coconut, yes, that's the most refreshing, I think.
Amanda, thank you for saying you missed my vlogs. I missed my vlogs as well. So that's actually I've been working on a vlog. I've been bouncing some ideas off of Emily, and right now it was really long, and I have to kind of break it up into probably a couple to make it more.
It's gonna be really good, but if you were to post it right now, it would be really not good.
Yeah. So it's what I found is.
Hello from Portland. Hey.
Yeah. I found that now that I'm doing real estate full time, I'm trying to like put so much of my energy into that I am, and I'm still also we're trying to get this project done. So like those two things, and the kids and the dog, and like spending a little bit of time together, like
sleeping is important too.
Editing the videos has gone into like a little bit of a back burner thing. So I'm still trying to take new footage and stuff. So I have intention of putting out videos, but I'm gonna make a new norm for how frequently I do it. But maybe I'll try to up some of the lives a little bit.
Well, I have a question for the folks watching. There's about 30 or so people watching right now, maybe 40 between all the platforms. Anyway, so do you like the longer form videos that Crystal started out with on YouTube more or less than like more of a short form? So like if she were to do like 5 short form videos in a week,
1 to 3 minutes,
versus doing like 1 15-minute video, like if you have an opinion about this, about like what's your scrolling preference or your content preference, send her a message. You can comment here or on Facebook or wherever, because I think you want to make content that people have time for and that they enjoy, and so if it's a better use of your time to do more short form, then you should.
Hi, Sylvia.
Hello.
So if I know you personally and I see a comment, I will try to shout you out. But I definitely. Oh, Tara says she sees 60 people watching. So I'm using Be Live, which is the platform that allows me to stream between Facebook and YouTube at the same time, because I don't want to leave anyone out. But the delay, there's a little bit of delay in the comments, and then there's also a little bit of delay in the content of how many people are watching. So anyway, yeah, okay, so I have my first listing, and it's going live on Tuesday. Woo! So that is like the other main thing. Like I've got that on my mind. So I'll be helping sell my first house, going live on Tuesday. It's going to be a great house. There's going to be
best and highest offers.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be some sneak previews coming out on channels. Probably starting on Monday. We can do like a sneak or two. We can't do too much because we have to follow all the rules. And then on Tuesday, from Tuesday on, my content is going to be predominantly this listing and amping it up and getting excited about it. So if you know anyone in Jacksonville looking for a house, you should obviously have sent them to me already.
And they'll be near our neighborhood too. So send awesome people to be our awesome neighbors. Really
good neighbors. We'd love to have some good neighbors. So that's kind of what's happening. Okay, I'm gonna give you like some teasers because we've already said, but we finally got the new windows in the rest of the house, and some of the people have seen it, and it is changing our life. Like it's so comfortable in the front room. It looks so nice. It's so bright. It's wonderful. And then the garage, I cannot wait. I really can't wait. Like, I really can't wait to be able to do, like, when we first moved into this house, and there was muddy water at the back of the garage.
And, like, mud streaks. It was just...
And, like, cockroach infested, like...
Like, I'll be honest, that garage...
Disgusting...
I had no hope for
cabinets and...
When we moved in, I had no hope for that garage. I was like, we can't even leave our camping gear in here. This garage is a swamp. It's disgusting. And you have just transformed that space. It's so clean and so comfortable. And we put new windows in the garage. So it has proper insulation and it's climate control. It's so nice. Anyway, yes, that's going to be a very big reveal.
So it's exciting. Here she is, the woman of the hour. She's the best. I mean, she's like really keeping me on my toes, and we've got to do a little more training with her, but she's just she's a sweet dog. She has a lot of energy. She certainly feels attached to us. She still suffers with some, anxiety when we get
every time we leave,
separated or whatever.
Yeah, and she doesn't like us being in different rooms.
Oh no! If Emily's watching something in the,
or if I'm even sleeping in,
yeah,
she'll like come in and kind of tag me, like
wake up. get together with Doppo.
You need to be in the other room.
You're supposed to be on top of each other at all times. Which, I don't know about you, but since the pandemic, Emily and I have spent way more time together than ever before.
Like, when we took our vows, we did not... we did not anticipate...
It wasn't like, I promised to be nice to you when seeing you for
24 hours a day,
100 out of 105 hours. I don't know. Those don't make any sense.
That's not a metric of anything.
I just made it up. It's like 4 days plus a little bit. Oh, yeah. You've had your dog Rosie for 5 years and she still suffers from separation anxiety. It's a hard thing for dogs to come,
We're their whole world.
Yeah.
We're their everything.
So cool. So I don't know if any of you've seen the pictures. If you're on Instagram or following me on Facebook, you saw that all three of us got not Emily. No, the other three of us
75% of humans in this family.
Got haircuts. And mine is like it always gets like it's always a little like flat when I first get it cut. But it was getting very poofy and I'm definitely struggling with the humidity in Florida. Like, what am I going to do come the summertime? I'm going to have to get a haircut every week.
You're just going to be really curly and you'll be an inch taller than normal because it'll just stand straight up.
Can you start cutting my hair so you can just do it like every week? Like buzz it on the sides?
I don't know.
Ooh. Laura M. asked if Ryder has a favorite human yet.
Oh, so Ryder it's like a day by day thing.
Yeah.
Which I think works for us.
Right.
She's a high emotional needs creature, and if one of us was her favorite at all times, I think it might be challenging.
But like, there's definitely one day where she'll like latch onto me, follow me around, and then maybe the next day she'll do it to Emily, or like a couple days in a row, one way or the other.
She's been sleeping on Chloe's bed with her sometimes for part of the night, and I think it's mostly though because Chloe has kind of a big bed and a very small body, and so there's lots of space for Ryder to spread out. So it's less about Chloe and more about the primo bed situation. Yeah,
for sure. Someone liked the video when I rescued the iPad from the ditch. I mean, I have to say that was
one of
my proudest moments since Benny and Jackson. It was just fun. Like, it was so great that someone needed help, and I was already heading that way, and then I was like, yeah, it was pretty fun.
It was kind of serendipitous that she thought to see if you were in the area.
Well, plus I've always been like a hands-on doer. Like, that's the thing that someone was asking me about my job on the ship. So as a chief mate, they're like, well, tell me about your job. Tell me what you did like day to day, more than just like the 10,000 foot view. And I was starting to tell them a little bit more about my day to day. And they're like, so basically you solve people's problems. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, no wonder you're good at real estate. Like,
that's true.
And it's not untrue. Like, I'm like, oh, I have something that can help you with that. Here it is. Let's do it.
It's a house.
Oh, we got a whole bunch of folks who... Do we miss Portland? That's a good question, Rhonda. We miss the people in Portland.
Yeah, we miss our friends. I really miss the food because the West Coast food is just really different. And we were there long enough to have some favorites that we would crave from very specific restaurants that are, they're not chains. There's no version of it here. And it's also like, I mean, Southern food is really great in its own way. But one of our I'll just speak for myself. One of my complaints about Jacksonville is some of the types of food that are really common to find in Portland are kind of few and far between in this area. But that's fine because we go back to visit. We're going back to visit this summer, and we're trying to go back at least once a year. So
yeah. Okay. So also, like, this is another, like, we're basically just talking about all the things that hopefully at some point I'll produce a short or a longer video on. But last weekend, I think I particularly was feeling a little homesick for Portland, and some of the folks that we missed from there, but many of whom actually aren't there anyway. And Emily took me to Southern Roots Filling Station, and it was fabulous. Like,
so tell them what that is.
It's a vegan coffee shop and cafe that's just, only probably 5 to 10 minutes away from us in Jacksonville. And we went there, and I had like the heart-shaped, oat milk caramel latte, and I had some tofu eggs Benedict that was vegan. And I mean, probably some of you out there think that's disgusting, but it tasted delicious, and I don't eat eggs, as you might know. So like, some certain breakfast foods that at least the essence of is really hard to reproduce.
And that place reminds us eggs. Very lightly of a couple of restaurants in Portland, actually, but it has like a similar essence. And the dog went around.
This is the dog has flanked us. So the dog knows how to open our door from our room to outside. You want to lock that, babe? Yeah. And then went around the house and came in through the dog door in the kitchen, and then was just trying to get in through our actual bedroom door right there. So, yeah, she came around.
May I sit?
And did that.
Excuse me.
All right.
Excuse me.
Come here, baby. Come on.
So we went to breakfast to Southern Fueling Station, which I like it. I mean, I think it's a cute little spot, and it really does remind me a little bit of a couple places in Portland. And Crystal got really quiet for a minute while she's eating her food, and I said, "Were we feeling a little homesick?" and like a single tear.
Also, I think the other thing that mostly the kids have said, but I actually do, like, don't get me wrong, like, it's 85, 80, 83 degrees most of the days this week, and warm and sunny. So, like, overall, I've really enjoyed that, but I do a little bit miss skiing. Like, skiing is something that is...
Yeah, we missed skiing we didn't get any skiing this year.
All right.
The sunshine every day, it does not suck, though.
No. I mean, I'll take the sunshine over that, but I think I definitely understand why people from warm climates like go on a ski trip in the winter to get some skiing or snow machining or whatever. And
yeah.
How'd I do? Snow machining.
That's you're
I'm learning.
Good job.
So here's the thing. I grew up in Maine. You know what you call that thing that you ride, like that has an engine on it that you ride to the snow? A snowmobile.
But in Alaska, we call them snow machines.
And actually, Alaskans will make fun of you, like, not like even...
kind of mercilessly.
Kind of meanly, actually. Mean. They're mean.
We're not mean.
I'm just saying, they're mean when you use the word snowmobile.
I'm not mean to you.
They give you a certain look, and then they talk to you like you're a lesser human.
Oh, who has ever done that to you? Nobody. Nobody has ever spoken to you that way.
I mean, I've known...
Not over snow machines.
Well, I've known a lot of people in Alaska.
That's true. Fair point.
Oh, yeah. Yes, we could visit Isaiah to ski. That's true. That's a good point. We actually have not been to Boone yet. So
no, I haven't been since high school. So.
I've never been.
And I have, mentioned a few times we might drop by.
Right.
And, hang out with him and go skiing, and mostly just...
I mean, because no college student wants anything more than their two aunts to just show up and be like, hi!
Take over their kitchen and go skiing and dump all our stuff in their living room. I don't know why that's a problem.
It's not weird at all.
Wouldn't cramp his style at all.
Oh, great. Look, people are talking to each other from Michigan. That's cool. That's rad. All right. Well, look, we got a couple more votes for snowmobiles, so...
I mean, I believe in a regional dialect, and it's whatever, but okay. I'm going to say snow machine.
So, also, like, I'm just going back to the garage for a minute, because I'm, like, both really excited about it, and also, like, we're at that point where we've got the walls painted. We have now sheetrock in all the components, all the areas of the garage. We just need to finish with some lighting, touch-up paint. The trim is up. We just need to do a little bit more caulking.
And, like, organizing.
And then that's the hard part. Just the organizing. So we have to try to figure out exactly how everything's going to fit storage-wise. And then I'm going to put a desk in the larger space, which is also going to be like a TV, like a rec room, den area. And then Emily is going to kind of lay out her office a little bit.
Which I've been working in for months now, but it's been kind of like storage closet /
right. So,
office,
things are a little crazy. Yeah. Here we go. See, I'm getting a lot of votes for snowmobile. Just saying.
I didn't know we were taking votes. I didn't. What are we gonna?
People just, when there's any sort of a marital conflict, then people start saying.
There's no conflict.
No, I'm just kidding.
But speaking of organizing, the reason why there's such trepidation is our biggest friction point in our relationship from day one to current has been how to properly organize storage spaces, in particular garages.
Yeah.
It's hard, and we may require a mediator for this.
Well,
or a professional
to be clear,
organizer.
Emily's dad, who it will be featured heavily in the next vlog because he came over to help me remove some awnings that we had to take down before the windows could come in. That was awesome, and then helped me rip out this hedge in front of our house. So there's like all kinds of great content that's coming. I won't spoil it because it's great, and Bruce's one-liners really can't be replicated. So it's worth watching all 14 minutes just for that, I think. But anyway, I digress. I mean, I have no idea what I was going to say. Oh, Bruce keeps saying to me, "Well, what are you going to do without a garage?"
And where are you going to park your camper? Where are you going to park your trailer? Where are you going to park your car?
Well, first of all, the cars are going to stay outside.
What about that motorcycle you don't have?
But there is some question of tools and bikes. Those are some things we're trying to figure out.
The bikes are literally the only thing we have not come up with a good solution for yet.
Well, I'm trying.
Or even like a reasonable solution. We have no ideas.
So also, like, there's another, for those of you who've been in relationships for a while, there's certain words that you can say and your spouse whoa. And one of these words is actually a 2-word combo. Is we could just get a tough shed, baby. That'll fix everything.
I mean, I'm not anti-tough shed. I like a good shed. I love a good shed. Like, they can be very useful.
Yeah.
But we've talked about this.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of like, that
is not the solution.
It's only a solution.
It is not the solution to our current problem. It will probably be a solution to a future problem.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But Crystal's solution to all problems is getting a tough shed.
I mean, because what can't be solved with more storage? But, like, to be clear, I also am not someone who wants multiple. Like, I want one that's as big as possible that fills the space.
A tough
shed and then
compound.
That's it. But I'm not like shed next to each other. Right? Look at this. Tara says, yeah, you're a pack rat that's trying to downsize, and you would love to be a minimalist, but you enjoy your things. That describes me perfectly. Okay, Nicole is Pikachu and is new here. Welcome. Glad you found me. Oh.
What are you reading?
Someone's apparently being mean, but I can't even be mindful of what we buy and cook and eat.
Who? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, we can't.
I think I am, but if you don't think so, that's okay.
How can you argue? Wait. How can you argue with some kind of lawyer? That's a great question.
You can't. Basically, that's the answer. You can't.
Don't bother.
I've never won an argument.
Don't even try.
I like to claim that I won one.
You did win one because I gave up. I was too tired and I was like, you can have this one.
And that was in 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's gotten harder. I will say, you being home all the time has really upped your game with our. I wouldn't call them arguments. We
don't really argue, but we do discuss things
with our
frequently.
Negotiations.
Mm-hmm.
Because previously we would negotiate something, and I'd usually win. And then when we didn't come to a resolution that was clear, I would just wait for you to go to work and then just do whatever I wanted. And now you don't go anywhere ever. And
now
so
I'm always here.
I actually have to follow through with all of these negotiations. It's more energy for sure.
All right. Well, it seems there's some infighting going in the comments, so everyone just get along.
We don't even know what it's about.
It's okay.
We're
okay.
This is a safe space for everyone. We're really happy you're here. And if you have questions, ask them, because that will be fun. I always think it's fun.
Yeah. Awesome. So, let's see. Do we have anything else exciting to talk about?
Oh, they're asking about the kids and their haircuts. So the kids got cute haircuts today. Ruby previously had this cool haircut where the sides were kind of like undercut, I guess is the term, where it's like not shaved but like really short, and then the back was like in a point. And so we actually saw someone in New Orleans last summer who had this haircut, and we are like, oh my gosh, can we take your picture? You have the coolest hair. And Ruby loved that style, and so their last big haircut, they got that haircut, and then it turned into like a mega mullet. So that was what prompted today's haircut marathon.
Mega mullet.
So today they got this cool like higher undercut, and the top is long and kind of curly. It's very cute. And Chloe wants to grow hers out, so hers is just kind of this kind of like textured and swoopy and kind of to her chin right now.
Basically, Chloe's was just like taking the ends off, essentially.
Anyway, they both look really cute. So Ruby loves to rock a short haircut, and it really fits their personality and, you know, their gender expression. And Chloe kind of wavers between like a pixie kind of haircut, and then the next day will be like, I want it really long down my back. I'm like, well, you have to wait a year.
You can't just said you wanted it short, and we asked you like 16 times to make sure. And then be like, well, I want it long today.
Yeah, but our rule for our family is that the kids get to pick their haircuts. Of course, we want them to look appropriate for their age and stuff like that. But we don't care about short hair for boys, long hair for girls, because hair doesn't really have a gender and expression, and you can have a really cute short haircut and be a girl, or you can grow your hair long and be a boy, and vice versa. So I know that some newer folks to the channel aren't sure if the kids are boys or girls because they have shorter hair. But anyway, they're both girls. Ruby uses they them pronouns. Chloe uses she pronouns, and they just they pick their hair and they pick their clothes. And the same rule for their clothes is that they have to be clean, they have to fit, and be appropriate for the situation.
Right.
So they can't like go to school wearing like stained play clothes, and when we go to church, they need to wear something kind of nice that's, you know, clean.
Oh yeah. Okay, well.
So anyway, yeah. So we had a nice day. Ruby and I had kind of a morning date, like on accident too. I had an errand, and Ruby wanted to come with me, and so we ended up going on an errand. We visited the local YMCA and decided to join our family as members. So we're really excited about that. It's a beautiful facility. And then we went to the farmer's market and got some vegetables for the week and some fresh bread for the kiddos. And it was great. And then we ended up this evening, our boat club had a little like party thing. Like it was a very small party, and we got to meet some nice new people.
Okay, I have 2 comments I'd like to respond
to. Absolutely.
So Debbie said that she's going to be moving to Jacksonville in 2 or 3 years. I'll be reaching out, get you on my email list, stay in touch. And this is a great question. Where did it go? How do you guys like living in a red state? It's hard to be a gay woman in Texas these days. It's hard to be a gay person in a lot of places these days, and I just feel for you. And how is it living here? Well, I guess I would say our daily interactions are very good, very positive. The people that we've been surrounded with, the people in our community, the people at the kids' schools, the people at my work, our church, our family, everyone is super inclusive, supportive, and just fully accepting. And it breaks our heart on the regular basis to see the way that, you know, people in the Florida legislature are promoting or standing behind the Don't Say Gay bill, or the way that the governor of Texas has come out in such a hateful way
against trans children in particular.
I mean, what a, you know, like it's a pretty low blow to go after children who are just trying to be.
They're just trying to be themselves. And,
and I'm not trying to get too political because I don't want to politicize the channel. Like, my political views are my own and our own, and we're not trying to get political. All I have to say is, like, it's love is love. Like, just let people be who they are and love them. Like, what is it to you, really, if someone wants to use a different pronoun? Like, is that hurting you? Is it hurting you that someone wants to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to get too, like, ranty, but I just, like, it, you know, it does break my heart. But also, I have to say, like, for Emily and I to show up in this neighborhood, and hopefully there's, hopefully, what is it? Emily has a really good way of saying this.
Well, so we felt when we were exploring the idea of this move that our presence can be more impactful to our community in a smaller community, in a community that is I don't want to say less progressive, but like Portland is it's like almost like the test kitchen. Hang on a second.
Uh-oh.
A child out of bed.
I think we've been too loud. The parents have been busted.
We're gonna be done in a second.
Sorry, love. I think we've been keeping the child awake. But, okay, so I'll try to sum up what Emily was saying. And that is, when we moved here, we had a lot of things. There's a lot of reasons why we moved here. But one of the things that was on our heart was saying, like, hopefully we can be adults for children here who are the adults that we needed when we were children. People to look up to, people to support them, people to love them. I mean, obviously we are that way for our kids, but if we can do that for kids in the community, and we can support other folks going through the similar things, then that's something we'd love to do. I tried to say what you say, but, she's just so good with words.
Well, I don't know what you were saying because I was helping the kiddo, but basically one thing that kind of struck us about potentially moving here when we were exploring it was this is a community where we can be the grown-ups that we needed when we were young.
Okay.
And I just want to say that the original question was, how is it living in Florida? And you touched on this a bit, but I want to say there's a distinct difference between the people that we interact with in our community and the sense of welcome we've had. I mean, really, truly, it's been so easy to make friends and feel welcome here.
You wouldn't think that this is a red state based on the interactions we have with other people. And
also,
no. Sorry.
So day to day, great interactions. We haven't had any real friction. We have yet to meet a person who doesn't want to be respectful to us because of who we are. And I find that to be wonderful. And the contrast between that and what's going on in the Florida legislature is kind of shocking, actually, for me, because my day-to-day life is so pleasant here and I enjoy the people here so much.
Right.
And then to understand that the leadership representing those same people are so hateful towards us. Mm-hmm. Which, of course, I think, like most of these things is just a distraction it's just a way to keep people distracted so they can achieve their own goals elsewhere. I don't want to get too political about it, but that's basically what happens. And so we feel, that we can be impactful on the community level by, being a positive force amongst the people we spend time with. I voted for the first time in Florida last week, and that felt very empowering because this is a really important state from a voter perspective.
And also, just to be clear, I didn't get to vote because I registered to vote a solid 10 days before the election thinking, oh, that should be plenty. That's fine. No. But I didn't get to vote because I didn't register 29 days before the election.
Crystal, you could have registered when you got
shame on me.
License.
I thought I did.
You should have.
I thought I did, but
you get to register to vote when you get your driver's license. Most states have what's called a motor voter law in place, where it makes it easy to automatically register to vote. So, please register to vote. Please participate.
Yeah, but it's for whatever. I felt
Crystal
it
did
through
not
the
get
cracks.
To vote.
So I didn't get to vote. So
but
I'm sorry,
vote
everyone.
next time in August.
Right.
We take voting very seriously in this house.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is kind of hard in some ways. It's the thing that's going to be interesting is if the Don't Say Gay bill becomes law. We have 2 children attending Florida public schools, and it'll be interesting. It'll be scary and interesting to see if their experience changes. They attend a school with very loving educators, very experienced educators, and I would like to think that their school will stand by them. But it's a lot to ask of someone to stand up against the legislators. So
I'm sorry. I'm laughing because Ryder just looked up at us with like a bit of disdain, and then slowly, like as though she was in pain, laid down on the carpet on the floor.
Because she doesn't get to sit on the couch with us.
Why isn't there room for me on the couch, Dappa?
Anyway, I love that question.
Yeah.
I appreciate the question very much, and not because I want to spend a lot of time talking about our political views, because in our case, our lives are often, the quality of our lives are often determined by political decisions, and that's very sad. But I love that question because something that's important about sharing our lives on this channel is giving folks the opportunity to get to know us and to understand that there's real, very normal, sometimes even boring people who are impacted by these conversations that are happening on the news.
Yeah. Wow. We've been talking for 35 minutes. I do have to say, so my brother-in-law, Emily's brother, has talked a little about having ADHD, and I also have ADHD. So we have a very similar like brain, thing. It manifests in slightly different ways, but basically since we moved here and taking on kind of new professional tasks, my brain has been like a ping pong ball. Hey, stop it. So I apologize if I'm kind of a little jumping around here. All right, you guys. Ryder is trying to eat a lollipop stick, so we're gonna go and take care of that. And I hope you guys are having a great night and a great weekend. And I think, I hope everyone takes away from this that love is love, and I hope y'all are happy.
Hope you're having a great Saturday, everyone. Hope you're having some nice weather. We had beautiful warm weather today. It was like,
don't rub it in.
I'm sorry, that was mean.
Don't rub it in.
Anyway, we had a very nice Saturday. It was a nice day off. And I hope you are all having a great time and spending it with someone you love and doing